Hi everyone, welcome back. And following up from this morning's news, Bilt has added Marriott Bonvoy as a transfer partner. Now we're going to run through the particulars real quick just because I don't think they're the most interesting part of this. So Bilt is one-to-one with Marriott Bonvoy. If you take the Points Guy's valuations at face value and only live your life by the Points Guy valuations, that is one Bilt point would be 2.05 cents per point, and one Marriott Bonvoy point would be 0.84 cents per point. On the face of it, you're losing out. Your redemptions are your redemptions. You may get better than 0.84 cents per point, and the Points Guy has a vested interest in the Bilt card, so be a little skeptical. But moving on from that, if you transfer 20,000 Bilt points to Marriott, you'll get a 5,000 point bonus. 20,000 points, you end up getting 25,000 Marriott points. Not bad. Great for if you need to top up for a free night certificate, moving it from 35,000 to 50,000 points, or from 85,000 to 100,000 points, or just to have patchwork points as you need them. Overall, the transfer itself, nice and solid, one-to-one. Chase is one-to-one, so Marriott's not always your best Chase option, and American Express is one-to-one. You're potentially leaving money on the table with those transfers as well. I think this is something different, and I think that Bilt is putting a flag down, kind of planting a flag as the alternative to Chase and American Express. Why do I say that? Because their partners, they've stolen, basically, or made agreements with all of Chase's hotel partners. They've got United Airlines, they've got JetBlue, they've got KLM Flying Blue, they've got Turkish Miles and Smiles, Hawaiian Airways, Virgin, and the British Airways Avios programs with British Airways, Iberia, and Aer Lingus. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Finnair and Qatar Airways join in relatively short order, since they're also Avios producing systems. They're planting their flag against Chase because they're basically offering you Chase's partners and then some. Now, you don't get Southwest, and you don't get a couple of other airlines, but you get all their hotel partners. You get United, you get JetBlue, you get British Airways, and you get Aeroplan. Those are the big ones. So you're getting all of Chase's partners at none of Chase's cost. Chase is $95 to get into the transfer partner ecosystem. Bilt is free. Chase does offer significant travel benefits and travel insurances. Bilt doesn't quite match them and won't quite match them, but you do get primary CDW on the Bilt, you do get primary CDW on the Sapphire Reserve and the Sapphire Preferred. For a lot of the amenities that you're going to get with Chase's cards, you're going to get 80% of them with the Bilt card, and Bilt's calculus right now has to be, if 80% of their customers aren't necessarily using these features, we don't have to offer them, and to the folks that are, we can come back and pick them up later, which leads me to their potentially planting a flag against American Express. American Express's changes over the last year have sort of indicated that American Express wants a different sort of customer than it's been gaining over the last couple of years. The changes to their lounge, to the Centurion Lounge, kind of signify that. The changes that they've made with Delta have definitely signified that. Delta wants a whole different class of people. I don't know what Delta wants, but Delta had to make significant walkbacks. But when a company tells you where they're going, believe them. I'm still going to say that, because where Delta wants to go is where they're going to try to get to. Bilt probably sees an opportunity right now, before Wells Fargo can establish itself, since Citi has sort of dropped the ball, and before Chase can react, they can kind of step in and become a great alternative to the two biggest travel programs. American Express is not shedding customers. I'm not going to say that in any way, shape, or form, right? But Bilt is presenting itself as an alternative, and a pretty strong one, with a $0 annual fee card that gives you transfer partners. The earnings are what they are, but $0 annual fee. And how can Bilt correct this? Oh, I don't know. Introduce a luxury card. Introduce a card that comes in and undercuts both the Sapphire Reserve and the American Express Platinum card. Gives you basic lounge access, gives you TSA PreCheck and global entry, gives you a couple other things. Maybe it matches to Marriott Gold, because anything can match to Marriott Gold, it seems. It can match to IHG Platinum, and maybe at the very least Hyatt Discover Us, but who knows with the way that they've been negotiating things. To me, it seems like Bilt is planting a flag and saying, we're coming for you. How likely is that? I don't know, but it feels like they're trying to seize on an opportunity, and I think they could be very successful. Given everything that they've done so far, I don't see why not. And that higher end card could give you 2x rent, could be the card that introduces mortgages, could be the card that introduces being able to turn other debt into points through Bilt Protect. These are things that I've highlighted before as ways that Bilt could expand on what they're doing and really go for the mountaintop, because there's a path, and Citi stumbled. I don't know where Capital One fits in on that particular path. Capital One has great international partners, has some solid hotel offerings, but they don't have that killer transfer partner. Chase has just been sitting around doing nothing, and when may have killed the Strata cards, Chase got to sit back and relax because the immediate threat was gone. There's a new threat, and I don't know if they're going to take it seriously. The Sapphire Preferred, every chance I get, I'm going to tell you that the Sapphire Preferred needs to get updated. The categories just don't work. There's too much overlap with the Freedom cards. The Freedom cards need an update. The Sapphire Reserve really just needs some tweaks. That just needs to go from 3x to 4x travel and 3x to 4x dining, and everything else could stay the same, and it'd still be a very strong card. Maybe an online shopping category, maybe, or an elevated base of 0.5, maybe. But be that as it may, Chase diversifies their spending categories by using the ink cards or using their co-branded cards, and now they're gonna potentially pay the consequences for that, because Bilt is trying to take their lunch money, and Bilt can succeed at doing that. We'll see. For more, definitely hit the subscribe button. Channel's been growing at a crazier than I thought pace. Definitely join along, and talk to you soon. Bye.